This video is being sponsored by no one. No one. Now is your chance. Welcome back everyone for another progress report. So to start off, during the month of February, I worked on January's progress report. Wait, seriously? Are we really doing this? What do you mean? We're making a progress report on how we worked on the previous progress report? Well, it is what we did for like the first half of the month. Isn't it a bit lazy and cheap to mention that? I don't know. Fair enough. Most of the time was spent on Voltpod actually. I'm happy to announce that yet another cut has been completed in terms of animation. Well, okay, not exactly. I guess this is the perfect time to let you in on how production has been handled. First of all, what do I mean when I say that a cut has been completed? To explain what a cut is, I first need to mention shots. In film, every time the camera switches to a new angle, that's a shot. It often happens, however, especially during arguments or snappy conversations, that the camera switches back and forth between the same two angles. Sort of like this. Character A says something, character B comments, character A reacts, character B carries on with his comment. In this case, what we're really looking at is technically just two shots, spliced up and intertwined. So for the sake of optimization, we take all the shots with the same angle and put them all together in the same file, to be worked on in batches essentially. This is what we call a cut. Now take that to the extreme. Say that across the episode, we eventually go back to that same setting and those same angles. After rearranging everything, we get to a much more organized and manageable workload, so this is especially convenient for longer projects. So all of this rambling just to say, a cut is basically a collection of many shots that share the same sort of angle, and that's how Voltpod scenes have been organized. Now to go back on what I said about the cut being completed but not exactly, here's what I meant. The character animation itself is final. Backgrounds, special effects, and lip sync are still missing from pretty much every cut that's been animated so far. They will be handled after all the character animation for the episode is complete. Still quite a bit to go before that. So, now that we're all on the same page on how cutting works, I can show you this. These two charts, made by Steph Aruda, our production assistant, detail all the cuts in the pilot episode. Let's start from the smaller one. This one contains pretty much every single cut happening in Lucas' room. That's the name of the Fox Boy, by the way. As you can see, most of it is green. Green is good. Green means it's been done. Gray is also good. Gray means not needed. And I will tell you something more. Most of the episode takes place in Lucas' room. The other chart is longer and it represents every cut happening around the rest of the house and outside, but a lot of these cuts are less than 5 seconds long each. So you can see where I'm going with this. It looks like a lot, but it's not that bad when you think about it. There's actually a few other charts I haven't showed you, which are mostly a list of props still need to be designed. The end of the month was creeping up at this point, and I needed to provide my 3D modeler with some more work. So I took care of a few more blueprints for some missing props and sent them over to Ashley for her to do her magic. These few items make just about every prop that was left to be modeled in Lucas' room. So that's great news. There's still a few things left for me to design. Some are a bit challenging, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Hopefully in the next couple of months. Speaking of that, let's see what I'll need to do. Well, first of all, in the previous report I mentioned that I come back to Dumpling's design and shrink the heads, so I did exactly that. While I was at it, I also took the time to improve the side view, replacing the blob-like face with an actual nose. I think it looks much cuter this way, don't you agree? I'm still not 100% convinced with the overall result, however. I feel the hair needs a bit of tweaking now, so I'll see what I can do about that and hopefully come back to building her puppet soon. Next up, another cut of Lucas' room. This is actually one of the bigger ones, about a minute long. I started importing all the layouts and compiling the chair animations, so I'll soon get to the characters. I know this doesn't make much sense right now, but I hope you'll stick by to see what will come of it. Probably gonna be a good opportunity to go into more detail about what layout is. Now, regarding the puppet animation video I asked about in the previous report, you guys all seem very interested in it, which is wonderful. I already got some ideas cooking up, but before we go any further, there's one thing left to discuss. A tutorial on puppet animation is actually a pretty advanced subject. I feel like we should start from somewhere simpler first and build up towards it. For instance, I could make a video detailing the program's interface, the toolbar, and all there is to know on that front so that everyone will be able to get familiar with the workspace and follow better as we dive into the more complex stuff later on. Would you be okay with that? Feel free to leave a comment and let me know. That's it for this month. Thank you for watching, and a special thank you to all my patrons. Your support really helps our projects a lot, especially now with the channel struggling to stay afloat. You guys are really making a difference. I don't know what else to say. I hope to see you all in the next stream. Until then, take care. Hey, do you think people got the reference? Ooh, references are tight. There's more where that came from. We're so gonna get sued. Whoops. Whoopsie.